Mosab Hassan Youssef, son of Hamas, versus Cenk Uygur on Piers Morgan got really heated. Um, you know, whenever Mosab is involved and Cenk Uygur, who is incredibly hot-headed, is involved, I'm sure that sparks are going to fly. Mosab Hassan Youssef really destroys him, rips him, tears into him mercilessly in this clip, and I wanted to play it. There's two clips where he just goes off on him. I'll play both here right now.
The children of Gaza were born Arab. They were born innocent. They were not born Palestinians. Then they had been indoctrinated to hate. They have been indoctrinated to blame Israel. As Cenk right now, he has been blaming Israel since the beginning of the war, but now he sees the defeat of Hamas. So now he's changing his tone a little bit, his attitude. And I like his cleverity. He's a very clever Palestinian. He's the perfect example of a Palestinian, by the way. Cenk, just right there. Because Palestinian is not limited to Gaza. Palestinian is a syndrome. It's a mental illness. It's a universal phenomenon. And Cenk is the perfect example. And if he gets hungry eventually, I will not be surprised that he will eat his own children.
Okay, or Cenk, your response.
I'm laughing along with that because it's funny. It's funny. But he is right. He is right that there are nefarious forces, and the Palestinian cause is a universal one. It's definitely not about the Palestinians in Gaza. It's really just about this worldwide jihad. And the woke left, the Nazis and the jihadis all coming together to hate Jews and hate Western civilization in general. There was one more clip I wanted to play from this debate, equally interesting. Again, he slams Cenk in a major way. Check it out.
Wow, where do I begin? To analyze the mental state of this self-proclaimed savior of the Gaza children. He really touched my heart. Who authorized you to speak on behalf of the Arab children of Gaza? Who authorized you?
You just did.
You never been there. You don't care.
So am I
And
Palestinian
now
or am I
you
not?
think you hold the higher moral ground. You don't.
I do.
You're not the savior. You always need a victim in order to pose as the savior. You're not the savior. First, learn how to control yourself. Learn how to control your tongue buds before you try to control the world. It's a big situation in Gaza. All of us are heartbroken for the death of the children of Gaza. All of us. That includes Israel. Israel considers what's happening in Gaza a tragedy. It's a tragedy made up by the terrorists that you sympathize with, that you want to validate and legitimize. Then we will have to deal with the chaos that you create, your emotional being, going all over the place. Who authorized you to speak on the behalf of the Gaza? Nobody did.
You did.
You self-proclaimed, just like Mahmoud Abbas, just like Yasser Arafat, just like all the Palestinians who have been feeding on the pain of the Palestinian children. You are a parasite, a bottom feeder. This is what you are. So before you speak against the Prime Minister of a democracy and accuse him of being a terrorist, you need to look at yourself in the mirror. You have been supporting Hamas and it's recorded against you for eternity. So don't play the game now that your fight is for the children in Gaza. This is not your fight. You know who's fighting for the children of Gaza? The IDF. That is killing Hamas. That is uprooting Hamas so the children of Gaza can have their freedom after 36 years of slavery. Those are the ones who qualify to speak on the topic, not you sitting in your comfort. I mean, and you want to have an opinion about it.
All right,
this is the problem that we have dealing with scumbags like this.
All right, let me.
So again, I think we can summarize his point. He was a little bit explosive there, but you can summarize his point by basically saying people like Cenk and pro-Palestinian voices all over the place are using an emotional argument. Palestinians are dying. You know, it's the IDF's fault. but they're not getting to the root of the conflict, the root of the cause, and that's jihadism, the jihadi ideology and Hamas. Meaning, and then going even further, which he often talks about, is Allah and the Quran, because radical Islam, jihadism, all of that ties back into core fundamental concepts in Islam. And what Cenk tries to do is say, okay, IDF is bombing, it's terrible, they're killing civilians, it's their fault. The problem is, what he doesn't understand is, like he said, the IDF are really saving these people from a lot of hardship down the line. The entire world and a lot of the anti-Israel figures out there are saying, it has to end. But this ending now would just provide an incredible amount of pain down the road. And he understands that as well as anyone else. The prime minister as well said recently that it can't end until Hamas is fully destroyed and the ideology is at least weakened, so that it can stop the Palestinians from even trying to hurt Israel again. For more, subscribe to this channel. If you want to help us make more of these videos, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JewishUncensored, or even check out our channel memberships, join from there, and you'll get exclusive content daily.